So we are back with yet another breakdown video. Now, usually how I do my breakdown videos is I will play the entire video and then I will go back and play it again with stops in between to break down what was being said. But I'm going to switch it up now. I'm going to take out that first part and just do the breakdowns with the stop and goes and pauses in between. I'm giving y'all that warning now. That way you don't come in my comment section saying, why did you stop and go with the video and not just play it all the way through? And I have to say that because the last breakdown video that I did with the woman on the train, I had a couple of people saying, why didn't you just play it all the way through, even though I gave the disclaimer at the beginning of the video. So it tells me right there, you probably skipped ahead of the disclaimer and went right past whatever it is that I said, and I had to explain it. Well, here's the explanation right here. If I see that comment right again in this particular video or any breakdown videos that I do in the future, I'm just going to ignore it. So if y'all watch the Black Authority, no, not the Black Authority, I'm sorry, Tariq Nasheed, he actually showed this video on his live stream the Sunday after the rally for reparations. And that's actually how I discovered this video. I didn't really think nothing of it. I did think something of it, but it got tagged to me on Twitter. And I was like, this is that same exact video that Tariq was talking about. So basically what you have here is it says University of Kentucky student Sophie Rosing, who was the PC individual right here, was arrested and charged after assaulting another student who was at work and calling her a nigger bitch. So let's get started. The video is 45 seconds. Like I said, I'm gonna stop and go in between. What I'll do is I'll leave the link. And if you want to see the whole thing in its entirety, you are free to do so. Free to do that.
I hope. Could you stop, please? No.
So you can see it right here. And I think she already called her N-word bitch. I think she already said it. Like, I kind of caught it a little bit at the beginning. So right here, you can tell this woman is clearly drunk. She's not coherent. She's not sober at all. So she's calling her these slurs and she's trying to assault her. Like, she's reaching her hands up to try to swing on her. And you can tell none of her hits are landing like that because she is so inebriated, but not too drunk enough to realize that she is calling this woman N-word, B-word.
Could you stop? No. Thank you. I'm thinking all she does. You're a nigger. You're a bitch. Oh, Jesus.
And you can tell by the black girl's reaction, that's what she called her that. And see, I know what the black girl is doing. She most likely doesn't want to hit her because of the whole thing of not hitting someone when they're drunk or anything like that. But I'm gonna tell you this right now. You call me that word, I'm gonna forget that you drunk. I'm gonna pretend that you sober, and that'll be how that's gonna go.
I did not get paid enough for this. Exactly. And you're a nigger. Thank you.
There it is. You heard it. Now at this point, you heard it clearly. She says, you're a nigger and you're a bitch. So she hit her with two different things. She didn't just say nigger bitch. She said, you're a nigger and you're a bitch. So you heard it right there. Let me run it back just in case you missed it.
I did not get paid enough for this. Exactly. And you're a nigger.
There it is.
Thank you.
And there it is. And the black girl says, I don't get paid enough for this.
Thank you. You're a nigger and you're a bitch.
And she said it again.
You're a nigger and you're a bitch.
And then she said it a third time. Literally, she said, you're a nigger and you're a bitch like 3 times in like less than 10 seconds.
Yeah. I got the phone.
And then she said it a 4th time.
Me too. I got the phone.
And there's a 5th time. I'm keeping count. She's up like 6. But this is the 5th time in a row that I've heard it, like really heard it.
Could you try to get me to get her to like get chairs and things? No, I'm drunk. You're drunk.
Now she wants to talk about and claim that she's drunk.
And you're a bitch.
And then called her that again. So that's pretty much the whole video right there. It's only 45 seconds. Like, it's only 2 seconds left. Nothing really going to happen in those 2 seconds. But what really got me, besides the obvious in this video, first off, this black girl, or this black young lady, because I'm assuming, you know, she's in college, so she has to be over the age of 18, had a lot of restraint. She had a lot of restraint to not launch after her. And the thing is, she would have been well within her rights to do so, because not only did this PC gerbil verbally assault her by calling her N-word, B-word multiple times, drunk be damned, but she also swung on her at the beginning of the video, like 3 or 4 times, trying to hit her. So that was assault. At the very least, attempted assault, because the hits didn't land. So that's why she ended up holding her wrist and her on both times, because if she had her hands free, she would have still been swinging. Now, of course, none of the punches or the hits would have landed, because she was too drunk to realize what the hell she knew what she was swinging at, but none of them would have landed, because she's under the influence of a lot of alcohol, and you can tell the woman could barely stand. Look at how she's standing right there. She has to stand like that to keep her balance. If she stands straight up, she's tipping over, at which point I would let her tip over. But what I found to be very interesting was when I was looking at some of the comments in response to this video. And let me just say, before I show you some of these comments, because I'm not going to show you all of them because it's a lot of them, is that when PC sees something like this and they jump and hop into our affairs or in our business, if we left it up to them, we would all be facing and dealing with stuff like this right now. And I'm going to show you a couple examples right now. Look at this one right here from this person named Mario, who's clearly, Mario, that could go either way. PC, maybe Hispanic, Mexican, I'm not sure. He says, she's the perfect example of not reacting to the N-word. That is the only power they still hold, is the N-word. They know they can get an emotional reaction out of you, make you hit them, get arrested or worse. So her not reacting to it at all is, and they put the praise hands up. First off, to this Mario person, I'm going to need you, I know this is Twitter, but I'm going to need you to take some grammar classes, because clearly you skipped those when you were younger, because this is one big run-on sentence. Is no period in it, or no break structure in anything that you wrote. And it makes it hard for us to understand what it is that you're saying. But look at what he said. He said that she's the perfect example of not reacting to the N-word. In other words, she should just take the abuse. Good thing that she did. See, it comes off as condescending, because it's almost trying to make it seem like, oh, I'm glad she didn't react to the N-word. You know, she's a good old Negro. But then trying to sound concerned at the same time, as if this woman hit her back, that they would have been, something would have happened to them. I'm telling you right now, it's comments like these that say that if a black person retaliates against a PC person, especially in a situation like this, then they'll be saying, oh, now they're going to jail. Kind of reminds you of that video or videos when a PC person is attacking a black person and they defend themselves, or maybe defend someone else. And I showed y'all these a couple of times, and that black person gets the best of them, and then in comes the teacher or someone to break them up. Have y'all noticed that? Like that video of that PC girl at that school in the lunchroom where she was attacking this. I don't know how to identify the girl, but she definitely wasn't PC, but she was wrapped up. She had like a hijab on, and she was just attacking this girl for no reason. And the black girl came in to defend her and was beating her ass. And then all of a sudden, these teachers came out of nowhere to break them up when they saw that the black girl was getting the best of the white girl. But when the PC girl was attacking the other girl, they were nowhere in sight. That's just like the other video where you had the black boy who had cotton thrown at him at one of those schools down in Texas, and he went and attacked the white boy. And then what happens in the headline news? The black boy most likely probably gonna get suspended. See what happens when we defend ourselves? We get consequences thrown onto us. I have a feeling that if the same thing happened with this black young lady right here in the scenarios that I just gave, she would have had consequences thrown onto her. They probably tried to throw her, kick her out of the school. Or if she's on a scholarship, she might have lost her scholarship. It would have been everywhere. She might have been arrested. That's why, another reason why we keep saying we need an anti-black hate crime bill on the books that protects and is only for black people. And notice this comment, like, they only have these kinds of comments when it comes to black people. They never are around when it's other people, just us. We the only ones that got to remain calm. We got to keep calm. We got to make sure everything is in order. This, that, and the third. Shout out to Nas on Twitter. Now, the reason why I'm showing his comment is because his response came in the form of a thread, because he was going back and forth with someone that was talking like real stupid. He says, we need an anti-black American hate crime bill to make sure that the anti-black racist attacks like this have extreme consequences, not POC, not minority, not BIPOC, a bill specifically dealing with anti-black racism with no other groups included. Now, look at how this person responded. He said, there is a federal hate crime law on the books right now. What is a bill that's specifically for the blacks going to do that's different? When someone says the blacks like that, I'm automatically assuming that they're PC, because I don't know a black person that refers to black people as the blacks. I don't care if this person has the Black Power fist picture up and they have their name as Marcus Goodner, but I find it very interesting that they said there is a federal hate crime law on the books right now. What is a bill that's specifically for the blacks going to do? Meanwhile, doesn't the Asian community have a whole hate crime bill that protects them, that's specifically for them? So I don't know where this person's been for the last year and a half to almost 2 years. But anyway, it goes on to say a bill designating black Americans who descended from slavery as a protected class would have a lot more weight than the generic hate crimes bill. They come back and say, how? Just making that statement doesn't mean that it's true. I'm curious. Describe to me how. See, now this person wants to play games. Now they want to be willfully ignorant. This person says, attack an Asian while calling them any derogatory names on video. Let us know after you do it how that works out for you. Going back to what I said about the anti-Asian hate crime bill. This person came back and said he won't do it. They'll send him to Guantanamo Bay. He must not even been watching the news, locking up black people just for cussing Jackie Chan cousins out. And they said, do you mean willful ignorance? And that's exactly what I said. This person is being willfully ignorant. But that's another comment right there. And I don't think this Marcus Goodner, whoever they're supposed to be, is even black. Let me continue. So here's a statement from the president of the college. It says, campus community, early this morning, an incident involving violence against our students, racial slurs, and offensive language occurred in one of our residence halls. One of the victims was a student employee who was working an overnight shift at the front desk. From my view of a video of the incident, the student worker acted with professionalism, restraint, and discretion. UK police arrested the perpetrator, who faces criminal charges, and the investigation is ongoing. Our Office of Student Conduct also is conducting an immediate review, and our student success teams are reaching out to the student victims who were subject to this behavior to offer support. To be clear, we condemn this behavior and will not tolerate it under any circumstance. The safety and well-being of our community has been and will continue to be our top priority. As we know more details about what happened, we will share more information. Of course, that's the standard statement that they have to put out there when it comes to something like this, but we'll see how far it actually goes. Here's a better look at the PC gerbil that attacked that black woman. It says UK student arrested following assault on campus. I wish they would type out University of Kentucky, because it's going to have a lot of people thinking that United Kingdom, because whenever someone says UK, they're going to think United Kingdom is what comes to mind, and not University of Kentucky. Well, at least to me anyway. It says the arrest was made by UK or University of Kentucky police at Boyd Halls on UK's campus. Sophie Rosing was booked at the Fayette County Detention Center at around 3:50 a.m. on Sunday morning. Now look at this image right here. This is the same woman, the same individual, and you could tell it's the same night because she has on the same clothes. It says she got kicked out of one of the bars I work at too for biting and racial slurs too. So it's that too means and indicates that she has literally been bar hopping or going to multiple places doing the same thing. And they said that she was biting as well. So this woman has a violent streak. And like someone said in the caption above this tweet that y'all can't see, it says, well, she's consistent. She most definitely is. Now, I told y'all this is going to be a very interesting breakdown video. I didn't even expect it to be this long, but so much stuff has come up just in the thread alone that's helping guide this thing along. So this is a picture right here with her and I guess her little friend. Now look at the caption. You might be in jail, but you still putting game on niggas' tails. Now, I'm not sure which one is her and which one is the friend. I'm guessing this may be her and this might be the friend. I can't tell. And this person who reposted this said her friend is getting crazy right along with her. But look at the caption. Also look at how they're posed. Yeah. So here's some more stuff right here. And look at how it's switched up. Now in the previous one, it says this. But right here, she switched niggas to dudes. She says you might be in jail, but you still putting game on them dudes' tails. So it's like she switched the caption up. And it says hashtag free Sophie. You'll be out soon and in the clear, bestie. You didn't deserve any of this. I am YSM. I'm guessing that I miss you. I guess that means that means I miss you so much. That's the only way I can gather it. Let's continue because there's more. Now you have this person right. This is first of all, nigga, the farm worker hit Sophia first, and then Sophia was defending herself. I swear you guys try to make us look bad 24/7. Like really. Now this is a PC man saying this. This is a PC man saying this. Like, look at how they're writing it. And then try to make it seem like that the black worker was the one in the wrong. And this person, this Love Riley person says, the dark knights are always out making things worse. Y'all, we got a new title, The Dark Knights. We literally have the same title as Batman. Then this one says, ignore all the salty, broke niggas hating on you, queen. Y'all, these are PC individuals. Right here. Am I shocked? No, I'm not. I'm glad that they're revealing themselves. But look at how stupid they sound. Let's continue. Now it says, now this is from that Love Riley individual again. It says University of Kentucky student arrested after a video shows her using racial slurs and assaulting another student, which the video we've already seen. And this Love Riley person, the one from the previous post, said none of them know the full story. Sophie was going through mental health issues. Free my bestie. Oh, give me and everyone else with 2 eyes and 2 ears and a functioning brain a break. But yeah, these are her friends. These people leaving these comments, they love Riley 09 and this Ethan Whitpack and this Stepper.West. These are all her little friends or all people who know her. And look at how they're talking. I'm telling you, when they're not around black people, this is what they be doing. And when they are around black people and they're drunk, this is what they be doing. But hold on, I think I have one more thing that I have to show you when it comes to this story. I thought I had one more thing to show, but it's apparently I have a few more things to show. So remember that Stepper.West person from the previous comments. Look at this picture of him right here holding 2 guns, money laid out on the ground with a gun next to the money at the floor. I wonder what type of music he listens to. Cause y'all know, they love to say that, black people is hip hop is what influences black people to be violent. I wonder what he listens to. We know where he's getting this from. Just by the optics of it, you know where he got that from. And remember what I said, who's the biggest consumers of hip hop today? Young PC males. What does his caption say? Even if I was a slave, no, these niggas can't hang with me. And look who wrote the hearts, Sophie Rosing. And they love Riley09. Now, this was back in July. And it says caption goes hard. They can't even fathom it. You already know who they is when she's talking. Let's continue. This is that Ethan Whitpack. Free Sophia out of the gates. The system corrupt. She ain't do none. Self-defense. And notice he put up a emoji of a darker individual. And then they love Riley09 says, I like the shoes, nigga. Heart eyes with the shoe emoji. This just keeps getting better and better, don't it? And this Ethan Whitpack says, from what I saw, the girl in the blue hit Sophia first. So Sophia was defending herself. Open your eyes and stop trying to make white people look bad. Hashtag free Sophia. Excuse me. This and what I showed previously before these images right here is what's making you look bad. I mean, there's a host and gang of other things, but this right here is already making you look horrible. So apparently little Miss Sophie has other videos that have popped up, and I came across two of them, one from 2020 and another from 2021. Now the first one you're going to hear from 2020 is when she basically announces that she can say, well, she can, and she has, and will continue to say the N-word. Now check this out. It's only 13 seconds. She just basically admitted right there on that camera, this is from 2020, that she is racist and that she can say the N-word with the hard R, and she said it unapologetically. Do you think much has changed between now and then? Remember, this is only 2 years ago. But let me go ahead and retrieve that other video and so you can see how she's acting in that one. Now, this video is what was posted last year. In this one, you're going to just hear her just be narcissistic, talking about how rich she is and how much money she has and all types of stuff like that.
It doesn't work in Boulder because guess what? I'm rich as fuck and you're obviously not compared to what you're wearing. And I can sue you and you can't do shit about it. Especially because you don't know my fucking last name. But I know goddamn well who you are. Who am I? Who am I?
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out how many lines did she do before she got in this video. How many ski slopes was she doing? And if she was drinking, how much did she consume? I swear this woman sounds like she lives at the bottom of the bottle. So right here, she's just being narcissistic, just flexing how much money she has. Apparently she's so rich. Well, you know what? If she's so rich, then I guess that means she can afford to pay for the pain and suffering of that student in which she berated and assaulted verbally and physically. I guess that's what she's trying to say. There's some other things out there too that makes you look bad, but this right here just makes you look deplorable. Now, this is probably going to be the last thing I show you because I feel like this thing is getting dragged out enough as it is. And like I said, the more and more I keep finding, the more and more interesting it becomes. But I'm going to try to condense it down to this last part right here, which is a statement or an update from the victim, the actual victim, which is the black young lady right here. So as you can see in the caption, it says, me after a white girl told me to do her chores and called me the N-word. So now we have a intro to what led to the incident we saw on video. But I'm gonna go ahead now and let her say her thing. And this, I'm gonna let the whole thing play out with no stops in between. I'm gonna just let it play out.
Okay, so everybody wants a story time because my videos on TikTok keep getting taken down. Okay, so last night I was at work and I'm a desk clerk here at the University of Kentucky, and there was a girl, she came in drunk, and when she came in drunk, she was looking at the elevator, and she was like stumbling, and she started talking to the elevator. She was like, I'm gonna effing end you. Basically, like, I'm gonna end you, like, off you. Yeah. And so basically what happened was I stuck my head out the window. I was like, are you okay? Like, what's going on? And that's when the N word, the B word, those racial slurs and things started coming out. So I was like, okay, let me call the RA. Again, so I called the RA down, but the RA took a minute. And so in between the time of the RA getting down, the girl has called me the N word and the B word multiple times. She's punched me twice at this point. She's bitten on my arm a few times, as well as kicked me in my stomach. And then she tried to run me and my friend over with a shopping cart. My friend also was experiencing these things. I'm choosing to keep her name private until she decides that she wants to say something about it, because I feel like her experience is
I
her
didn't mean to
experience,
stop it
and
because I know I said I wasn't going to stop it. But when she mentioned about her friend son experienced the same thing, I'm assuming that was from the picture that I showed y'all a few minutes back, where in the caption it was saying she came here and said racial slurs and started biting me too. Remember when I said that part about her getting bitten and racial slurs was falling upon her as well, or on this person at a bar? I'm assuming that's what she's alluding to right here. So let me just keep on going. I just had to throw that in there.
I cannot speak for her. So we finally get the RA to come down, and the girl starts saying things like, do my chores, it's not my fault that you're black, it's not my fault that you're ugly. And then she just keeps, like, at this point she's like singing the N-word. And there are multiple people trying to get this girl to be quiet. She bit a couple of other people who were trying to basically calm her down. And so long story short, the police finally came. She would not give them their name. So if you guys see anything about her being registered in the system as Jane Doe, that was because she was refusing to give a name. She didn't have her phone. She didn't have an ID or anything. But then she was continuously just saying the words, saying it out loud. She ended up actually kicking a police officer, biting a police officer. They finally took her away.
Okay, so that's the whole thing right there. It doesn't continue any further than that. But I feel like we got enough out of this. I'm glad that she came out and spoke up about this incident in its entirety, the best way that she could put it out there. And this woman has a problem with her mouth. It said that she likes kicking people, she likes biting people. I'm surprised that the young lady didn't say that she spit, considering she loves using her mouth. But wow. And they said that she was being belligerent and showing she was resisting and whatnot with the police. And of course, you can see she's still alive. That's nothing new or surprising at all about this whole situation. This thing has legs. And when I say thing, I'm talking about this story, because I wasn't expecting to come across all of this. Now, what's amazing is all of the stuff that I found for this video was found in one thread. Someone just posted it up who has a pretty decent following, and all of this stuff popped up. I did not read anything from one article when it came to this story. And it's a good thing that I didn't, because if I had to rely on an article, I wouldn't have been able to find all the stuff that I found to put into this video. Not not this video, not the ones that I showed from the screenshots from Instagram of her little friends saying the stuff that they were saying. The video probably itself in its entirety, not edited, and a host of other things. So that's the power of Twitter right there. Shout out to the person that tagged me in this, and also shout out to Tariq for actually talking about this on his stream. That way I could become aware of it, even though I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't planning on talking about it. It was just one of the things that I commented on when it came up on his stream, like everybody else did. But I'm glad that someone tagged me in this, and I was able to just have the patience enough to scroll through and find all of this information just to put it together in this video. But that's pretty much going to conclude this breakdown video right here. This, I know it's a lot. I can't even tell you how long this video is most likely going to be, but I'm sure y'all are going to be very much, as they say, here for it. And I can't wait to see what y'all got to say.